Welcome back to Dungeons and the Decemberists. I'm Critty, as always, your DM.
Hello, I'm Aiden.
Hi, I'm Despair, otherwise known as Adrian. Woo!
And it's Cadius or Jace.
Malik Blackhammer, or Faisal.
And I'm Black Jane, also known as the Sound Technician, and I play Zephyr Martorin.
Okay, it's been a long time since we've played, but if you remember, we left off with a arguably the biggest fight that we've had so far, with
big,
a few
yeah.
of the tieflings from Despair's old tribe, all of which were slain except for one, Godric Core, and his big ass fire horse, which he escaped on through some sort of planal dimensional travel. Yet you guys were all well scarred up and pretty beaten. A few of you near dead. One of you.
I haven't been hit.
That's facts.
I've
Except
been
for all my spell
breathed on
slots.
for I've been breathed on for 2 health.
Well, about half of you were near death, and the other half
like a
completely untouched. We had basically left off there as you went to inspect the cargo cart that one of the other horses was pulling that was left behind to find a mimic chest, and a few rat folk, some sort of large humanoid rat creatures that had crawled out and escaped from the back. Both things that are pretty unfamiliar to any territory that you've seen anywhere around here. Pretty strange things to see them carrying. But yeah, and that's about where we left off. As the combat itself took so long, you guys didn't really get to go anywhere afterwards. So, where would you guys like to continue from there?
Well, we probably should find a place to rest and recuperate. As Jace is sitting pretty at 20 hit points.
I think
and he has no 10 wounds.
I think we agreed that the town with all the Soon Wars was probably the safest bet. I can't remember.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys want to head back to Glintwood and take
How
a little
far away
rest?
was that again? We were
Not
away.
very.
No?
Not very.
Okay.
No.
Cool.
Because you guys were on your way to a different town nearby, known as it's in my notes somewhere, where you had found the tea drinking gentleman that you had sent back to Garalock was the name of the place, I think. And you guys had sent him back. You guys were on about a halfway point in between when the monk had cut you off and warned you of the attack, and you guys had a battle in between the two towns. So you're still pretty close.
Gotcha. Do any of these corpses look like they would have held information? Like, do any of them look like they're relatively higher than the average Joe mercenary?
From what I know, the female tiefling was the more talkative one.
Ah, yes. I'll go over to that one.
All right, give me an investigation check.
I'm not gonna bother. I cast Speak with Dead. It's my last spell slot.
Fair enough. What would you like to say?
Well, as it comes back to semi-life, this bullshit simulacrum of life, it looks at me and I ask it, oh shit, how many questions can I ask? Shit, that's a good question. I think it's 5.
5.
Yeah, it's 5.
It is 5. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. I turn to the group. What do we need to know? I only have 5 questions, and then I'm done for the day, and we're not staying around these corpses.
Where did that guy go?
First of all, and I look into its soulless eyes, what was the name of the rider on the flaming horse?
Blackhorned Godric Core.
Ah, we've got a title now. What was his last name, sir? That's not a second question. I'm asking at the end.
Yeah, no, I got you. It's Blackhorned Godric Core, C-O-R is his last name.
Okay. Now we've got a full name. That's good. I look back at it and I say, "Oh fuck! I don't think she'll know where that dude went." Well, I'll ask anyway. I'll ask, where did he go?
Dimensional travel. He could have gone anywhere. Probably back to Cabal to tell the others.
Cabal is the main encampment. Are they still there?
Who is they in this case?
Oh
Just-
shit! Yeah, I guess you wouldn't answer that. Yeah. Hang on, I'm looking at names.
It would. Well, I mean,
Uh,
Despair knows like the name of her tribe, right?
yeah. Yeah, I was.
So
looking for your
Despair.
terms.
Despair would
Oh,
say,
here.
the tribe is called the Abyssal Order.
Is the Abyssal Order still held in Cabal?
Yes. Most of them.
Heavily defended, I would assume.
Yes.
All right, that's 4 questions I think so far. I've got one more. What do you guys want?
Probably what's their big plan?
I don't know if she'd be willing to tell us that. I'm trying to find questions that she would be easy to answer. Because there are limits to the spell. They don't have to tell me the truth.
Yeah.
Or the whole plan. Like, she could just say to kill. Like, that would be technically true anyway. Why take Cabal?
Cabal is home to monsters, fiends, demons, powerful beings, but beings without law, beings without order. The Abyssal Order will bring that to them and lead an army more powerful than ever seen before. She says that as the light fades from her eyes and she falls back dead.
Good to know. It was a power move, plain and simple. Monsters, power, fiendish enterprise.
That sounds worried.
By the way, Monk Boy, you're probably freaked out by this because I have just resurrected someone to talk to them and then let them go again. I'm just saying, that's probably fucked up.
I'm sickened.
Understandable.
At the temple, such things would never go unpunished.
It's a good thing we aren't in a temple then, isn't it?
I guess you could say that.
My order has a different point of view.
And what is your order?
Selune, the cloistered scholars, we're more along the lines of if it gives us information, it gives us power, and power is in information. It's a cyclical thing.
To each their own, but I believe all life is sacred.
This
What you
wasn't
just
life,
did
this
is
was
an-
a husk.
There's an unholy attack on that.
Oh, you really won't work well with me, will you?
I don't know. Nothing's felt right ever since I joined you guys. It goes against everything I've been taught. I honestly don't know how much longer I can stick around.
If you
Well.
want to leave, then you can.
Your warnings were well advised and well appreciated.
I still appreciate you all for everything you've done for me and for saving my life from those ogres.
That was our pleasure. And it was along our road. The fates met when they needed to.
I think now is the time for me to put my fists down and return to a life of meditation. And with that, Ryu disappears into the forest.
Fuck y'all niggas.
Zephyr mumbles something under his breath about monks.
Jace just
kill my character?
Jace just
have
waves
a
excitedly,
suicide
just be like,
shot?
"Bye."
Just kidding.
We're not doing a suicide scene for real. It's not happening.
Jesus Christ.
After I saw that nigga talk to that bitch, I knew it was it.
It's
I
fucked
knew
up, but
that-
it's not
I knew that
evil.
was over.
Anyway, where would you guys like to go to now?
Back to the town,
Yeah, back to the town.
so we can
for
rest.
rest and relaxation, and maybe more
Level.
drugs.
Maybe more
So-
try.
Probably
I had-
more drugs.
Fair enough. So you guys are headed back to Glynwood then.
Yes.
All right. Like I said, by horse, which you guys do still have, if I remember correctly. It's not going to be a very long journey, and this is actually like the second time you've been down this like path. You've gotten to know the path to Glintwood reasonably well by now, and it's not very treacherous. And you're able to make it there without too much trouble. And when you return, everything is as you left it. You don't see as many guards as there were when you left, but they still seem to be relatively cautious. And you do see around Matria Vex, the fully armored guard that you had met just before leaving, just kind of doing a short patrol. And she kind of acknowledges you as you arrive. I didn't think I'd see you around here so soon. Good news, I hope.
Circumstances have elevated our standing in terms of the enemy and ourselves.
Everything you say, Mr. Martoran, is so vague. What does that mean?
Well, the vagueness is the mask that I hide behind. It's the safest method for me.
Well, could somebody without a mask tell me exactly what happened? Do I still need to defend the lives of my people?
Yes.
I don't think that duty ever goes away, but not from these barbarians, I don't believe.
Well,
The troop that came recently is left for greener pastures.
Well, alright, that's what I had hoped to hear. I knew you seemed like capable warriors. I'm glad you could handle it without any help. And, by God, without bringing them here, I really appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, well,
Yes,
Though, to be fair, I guess we wouldn't have been under threat in the first place if you hadn't been here, but that's besides the point. I appreciate it regardless, and I'm
That's
glad to see
debatable.
that you're all okay. It's debatable, maybe. Regardless, why didn't we go have a drink, everybody?
Agreed.
She kind of puts her fingers in her mouth and produces like a crazy loud whistle, and you see a immediate response from all the guards that are posted up in trees. Some of them, in full camouflage, take these like ghillie suit bushes off of their back, and
That's awesome.
most of them head back to the church, and a few of them head to the meadery that you had been to before for a drink. As she walks off too.
Zephyr is noticeably exhausted.
Oh, I mean, Jace is gonna
So,
go sit down.
yeah, I think we should sleep. Although I'm not really that tired.
Zephyr wants to paint, but probably won't do a very good job. He's gonna give it a shot.
Okay.
So you guys going back to the inn for a rest, or are you gonna go back to grab a drink with Matria Vet?
I'll grab a drink.
Oh, thank God.
I'll probably just sleep at this point. I'm not really interested in having a drink.
I rolled a 12 to paint my picture thing.
Wait, Despair? He's not interested in having a drink?
That's
I
right.
mean,
I'm sure.
Not as interested as usual.
yeah, not as interested as usual.
I guess she just accepted she's not gonna get hammered.
Yeah, I mean, she sees these drinks as like baby shit, so.
One day I'm gonna get her some
Oh,
sweet
God.
orcish mead or something.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
What was that roll for? I'm
Oh, so there's
Painting.
performance for painting.
Oh, okay.
It's not very good.
Not very good. But pretty consistent, actually. So, you know,
Average.
and you had gotten a lot better the last couple of times, and you're noticing your skill is very slowly progressing, but, you know, you didn't come out with some heat this time or anything like that. But you came
Cool.
up with a pretty quaint painting that you were happy with.
I
If you could
call
DM me
this
what
the
you
Horde.
painted. The Horde, oh shit. Or
The
you could just tell me
Horde.
what you painted out loud if you...
Just a bunch of tiefling barbarians,
Alright, noted.
all brandishing weapons and walking towards the viewer.
That's kind of badass. Who all is headed to the bar?
Me.
Or the meetery?
Oh yeah, me.
I'll head there.
Okay. As you guys are kind of walking there, and Matria is leading your way, she kind of holds you guys back a little bit. Oh, that's right. By the way, do you guys are there any more of you? I'm not sure how else to ask this.
More?
I don't follow.
Well, this is a bit of a closed community. We don't typically see new people. You coming around that tiefling coming around is pretty atypical for what we're used to seeing, and uh, there's quite a gentleman that has joined us while you guys were out dealing with our problem, and I just assumed he was one of you. Didn't talk much, was hard to get any info. Seemed nice enough, but a little bit scary. Reminded me of all of you.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Take it as you wish.
Oh,
But that
we
doesn't
wouldn't get that
answer
way.
my question, Mr. Martorin, always with his vague, barely answers. Is there more?
I heard mystery was a touch of intrigue for women. But
There is
whatever.
nobody else besides us.
As far as I'm aware,
Zephyr, me, Despair.
travelers always have to head back and forth. I'm sure you've had your share.
Not really, to be honest. Travelers don't stop off at places like this very frequently, especially not ones so colorful, such as yourselves or this other
That is truly a pity. I've quite enjoyed it myself.
gentleman. Glad to hear.
We're
Maybe I'm
not
just
your,
not used to it yet.
we're not your ordinary travelers.
Oh, I know. I'm well aware of that. Most of the people that do come through, they typically come through and buy from our nice fruit market to, visit our church. They don't typically bring hordes of barbarian tieflings and call for a defense of the century. But again, no hard feelings. And I appreciate everything that has happened. Let's go drink.
Agreed.
Agreed.
As you guys make it, you do see at the bar, cleaning a glass, the same man that you had met before, Digory Dmitriev, at the Hollow Dog, the town meadery. And you see the usual affair of mostly halflings, but you see more elves than you had seen before. Some of them guards from the church, some of them other uniformed members of the church. And possibly the gentleman that she was talking about, a very large paladin man sitting in the corner away from everybody. A weird barrier of people completely avoiding him, which is unusual for such an affectionate town, as he kind of drinks solemnly in the corner of the meadery as you guys enter. And Digory immediately greets you. You're all back! I didn't think I'd see you again.
We're not so easily defeated.
Aiden just averts his eyes from this guy.
I had forgotten about that.
I remember this guy.
Well, I assume you've all come for a drink then.
Of course.
Well, sit on down. I'll try not to give you anything too pink.
Too big. Oh my god. I'll sit down. Still looking down or away from this guy.
I relax down onto a stool.
Matria kind of sits next to Zephyr. You see the one in the corner there?
I do.
Is that not one of your kind?
If by one of your kind you mean someone capable of defending themselves along the road, then yes.
I more meant mysterious, kind of vague, creepy, not talkative, blonde, pretty boys. But if
Well,
that's how you'd like to put it.
Pardon me while I blush. I can't say that I know the man personally, but I don't think I would mind.
Hey, you, blondie in the corner.
A lot of
Yes.
blonde people in our group.
Jeez.
Are you
Oh,
talking to me?
Yes, I am. Why don't you have a seat over here? I'll buy you a drink.
Malik rises from his chair, pushing it back with a squeak across the wooden floor, purple eyes glinting in the candlelight. He grips his shield slung across his back, carries a large black battle axe, almost as long as his chest. He walks over and, not slamming it into the table, but lifting it up and leaving its own momentum to let the head bury itself into the wood. You stink of fiend.
Which one of us does?
All of you.
You reek of rudeness.
Jay smells his armpit. I smell fine.
Elegant. Oh, my
That's
baby.
fine.
You
Where's
say they
it?
think of
Where's
fiend.
the fiend?
Matria just kind of looks at you. They were tieflings, were they not?
That's what I thought.
The fiendish blood must be what's tipping his nose off.
I didn't.
No offense.
You're
Spare.
telling me you haven't seen a fiend?
I've seen many. None that I care to re-see, but what you're smelling might be the smell of tiefling rather than full fiend. Infernal blood nonetheless, so good nose, but
Despair is just looking at him like, is it me? I think it's me. And she's like pointing to herself.
Jace
Who are
raises
you?
your arm and smells your armpit.
My armpit?
No, Despairs.
Oh, I was gonna say, I was like, hold on.
It smells like body odor. I don't smell anything else.
I've been a paladin for many years, almost my entire life. I know the smell of a fiend when I see one. It is my oath to kill it. It is my job and my duty. Tell me where it is.
Despair kinda is just like looking around. And she's just like, I genuinely don't know what you mean.
No answer? So you might as well be siding with it.
Bitch, what? And she's just like,
I'd watch your tongue, friend. No answer.
This one,
And I
this
have
one
no spells
talks
to
a
deal
lot.
with this.
She is not who I'm looking for. She's not the one.
We could have told you
It's
that.
not tiefling. The smell isn't tiefling.
I must
Something
say,
else.
you're following the wrong scent then. I myself am a holy man. I do not personally believe in siding with fiends, nor would I ever consider it.
Yeah, you smell great. I get it. Alright? I get it.
I don't. I really don't.
I can vouch for them. They're no fiends themselves, and they're not the type to side with any. Even the big one over there, like she said, she is a tiefling, but
More likely to remove the head of one.
exactly. I
Aiden,
can't say that I've known them for very long, but they seem more like the type to take the head off a fiend before side with one.
Aiden
I've
raises
been-
his hand and like puts down a couple gold coins for like a gold coin for like a really hard liquor drink, because he's done thinking about what's going on behind him.
I've been following rumors, stories, whispers of a tiefling leader who rides an equestrian fiend.
Oh, we just fought him.
That's all I want.
We did come across that thing that you've just described.
We beat him up.
Where?
Yeah, it just left.
It just
we couldn't
left?
find it.
Here? The bar?
No.
We were
What?
in the forest.
Yeah, we were in the forest. We fought.
We were
Like,
waylaid
it's
by
true.
tiefling barbarians, and he was heading the charge.
Is
Yeah.
it dead?
Unfortunately, no, he escaped us. Some sort of dimensional travel.
Malik touches his chest on his emblem of horror and makes a quiet oath to himself that he will find this fiend and kill it.
His emblem.
You know
of
where I might
horror?
find it?
That's the god's name.
Okay,
Hora. You're good.
gotcha. Sorry, repeat that, Malik.
You see that sick emblem on my chest? Thanks to Despair's
It's
also my chest?
very
That-
beautiful
that is horror.
artwork by Despair, might I add.
That is horror,
Yes.
yeah. He's,
Now
he's the god of vengeance.
Now I get to make the thumbnail.
I will
Woo!
be sure to add that to the video when you have it finished for me.
Horror touches. sorry. I'm now
Horror touches me.
mixed up. Now mixed up. A horror touches Malik. Yes. Malik
He
reaches
gets
up,
excited.
eyes kind of narrow, and touches the emblem on his chest, letting his fingers drape over the engraving. Makes a solemn promise to himself that he'll find this fiend and end it. Do you guys know where he might have been heading or where he might be?
Yes, he might be in Cabal.
Cabal?
I know from my own sources that that's the most likely area he went.
I was born there. Cabal was my home before it fell.
You know the city well?
Like the back of my hand.
I turn to the group. Information would be valuable. We don't have a whole lot of that.
Despair shrugs and she's just like, yeah. She just says that out loud.
I was one
turned
of the
back.
last defenders of Cabal before it fell to the hordes of monsters. There were a few others that survived. I might be looking to get in contact with them. Have you heard of an Otella or a Shannon?
Yes, actually both.
Do you know where I might find them?
I'm rather interested that you mentioned that. What do they have to do with you?
I knew them from a young age. We're awesome. We grew up together in Cabal.
I was
We're
unaware
some
they
of
were
the last
friends.
defenders.
Oh, I have a date with Otella.
You're looking for the Van Cars.
Yes. What's it to you? How do you know them?
We've worked alongside their employer recently.
Dugar.
Yes, that's the one.
I was told he might have some work for me.
Seems he's doling that out to everyone these days.
I guess. I've heard rumors. I'm
People
on my
of
way
power.
to see him myself. No doubt Otella and Shannon have warned him of me and told him not to trust me. And it seems he's still interested.
I can't say that he's entirely trustworthy himself, but that's another day. We're heading back that direction if you'd like to join us on the road. Moving in numbers is much safer.
I don't see an issue with that. You work for Dugar? What do you do for him?
Temporarily.
Contracted.
Temporarily, you say.
Contractual work, exactly as Jay says.
Does this have anything to do with the horde of tieflings I've heard so much about?
That's a separate issue for us, but not entirely unlinked.
I don't see no problem with tagging along with you. I'm Malik Blackhammer, and I let go of my handle of my massive black hammer, which remains embedded in the wood, and I stretch out one gloved hand to Zephyr.
I shake his hand and I reply, Zephyr Mortoran.
And who are your companions?
I will let them speak for themselves.
I'm Despair Argrea.
Jace will stand up and extend a hand for you. Shake it.
I'll take it.
Jace Thorn.
Jace Thorn. Sturdy handshake.
Sturdy handshake from a sturdy man.
Can't argue that.
After Aiden finishes his drink, he's gonna say, "Just call me Ace."
And Matria from the other chair takes off one of her pink gloves and extends her hand. Matria Vex.
I bend down and I take her hand and I kiss it.
She smiles at you and kind of gives you like a nod of approval as she kind of slowly puts her long pink glove back on.
When do you guys plan on heading out?
Probably first thing in the morning.
That's
We're
alright
a
by me.
bit
I'm
ragged.
staying in this town. So,
Call me ill-prepared, bitch. That shit came together like glue, motherfucker.
thanks
That
to
shit
me.
is dope.
Tell me that
Eat
improv
my-
wasn't crazy, Cameron.
Y'all both
We
went
didn't
off.
plan any of this shit.
But I'm fucking. What do you mean we didn't plan any of it, nigga? That's word for word. Anyway, where would you guys like to go now?
I'd like to
sort of
throw
finishing up
down-
their drink.
I'd like to throw down 5 gold, get a meal, a nice hot meal, and a nice warm bed.
All right.
For the first time in ages.
Yes, they do have an inn that is separate from the meadery. Actually, no. In this town, it is attached to it. It is upstairs,
Sweet.
and the bar area is just the the basement or the fucking first floor of this inn. But it is both run by Diggory Dmitriev, so you can easily go up to him at the front desk to inquire about rooms. How many are you guys willing to or looking to take out?
I'd like a room to myself if there's one available. I've got some experiments I want to do before bed.
This is what Cameron means when he says.
Nigga, fuck off! I was typing that as he was like
Try to
He was like,
decipher that, fellas. Try to
wait, I
decipher that.
thought they had a horse, nigga. I'm like, God damn, I'm sitting there trying to
I
fucking
was
DM
thrown
well.
off. They were so good at being in character. I was like, wait,
Yeah.
is this them telling me it was
Yeah.
Nicholas? I was thrown off.
That's why I came in. That's not the planning I did, bitch. I planned your backstory, you thought ass nigga.
Shut up. I'll keep talking. Alright, we're good. We're
Jesus.
good. We're straight.
I
All
love
right.
that hammer, by the way.
Thank you.
The hammer is dope. Okay. So, you guys are all going to say DM. I forgot where I was. How many rooms are you guys going to take?
One to myself.
I'll probably have one for myself too.
Yeah, I imagine.
Somebody can bunk with me if they have to. It's just I'm gonna be keeping them up.
I want
probably
to bunk
these
with you.
purposes. Well,
I would be so
flattered.
out of character for my my brand new beverage that I want to sleep.
Is your helmet off, by the way?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, then yeah, Zephyr would totally do that.
Oh God.
I brought my pajamas.
Jace has some
One room
competition
for myself, please.
Okay. So one room each. It seems like we're going. It's the prices here are reasonably cheap for being such a small enclosed community. It's about 5 silver pieces per room for the night.
Cool. I'll drop 5 gold anyway as like tips and shit, and alcohol for the night.
He
How
seems
much gold are you letting me start off with?
1 pussy. No, I'm just playing. You can have, like,
Could someone
like
get
10
me on
gold.
this? I'm just sleeping outside.
you have like
From one
10
strong
gold to
gentleman
start
to
with.
us, from one gentleman to another, and I'll pay for his room.
I have enough. I have enough.
Okay. Everyone in their own room. Cool. So, is there anything else you guys would like to do before we start up with the next?
I want to know how long did it take me to concentrate the drugs that I got from the orgy earlier.
What
I
are
wanna
you going
make
to do
them-
with them?
I want to take them and brew them into an overly intoxicating poison.
Ooh. So you have the roots, right? They
Yes,
have.
I do.
One of you guys took a bottle of the shit.
That was
So
that
it
was,
already
uh,
is.
I was unaware of that, but yes, it was
Despair got it.
Despair. Yeah.
Okay. So what concoction? What is the difference between your concoction and the liquor version of it? I guess. Is what
I didn't know the liquor version of it existed.
oh, that's right.
First
You
of
weren't
all.
at the bar.
I wasn't there, so I'd probably be trying to make the same thing,
Fair enough.
just for free instead of 100 gold.
You are actually give me the roll first. Give me the roll.
Yep, no problem. I'm not proficient with alchemical supplies, and I've already used
Knowledge
my knowledge of the ages.
Oh.
Can't use that. So what would this be? Medicine.
Well, you can pick, right?
probably
I'll let
medicine.
you pick and decide based on what you pick, like because
You
it
know-
will show you your thinking. You know what I mean?
Whether I pick medicine or nature, it's gonna be the same roll, so it's +3. +3. That's 5. So no, I think I probably don't even know where to
messing around
start.
with it. You notice it's actually pretty hard to extract the potent parts of the chemical. It's pretty hard to liquefy it. I will say the one thing you do
I'd probably
find out
lose
through all of
2
these,
of
like,
these.
yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
But what you do learn through trial and error is the effects of it seem partly drug and partly magical in a way that you're not used to. They don't seem to be enchanted or anything like that, but you get
It's
magical.
more natural aphrodisiac.
Yeah, yeah. And it's not something that you would have ever seen grow anywhere where you've been before.
After about an hour, somebody outside my room will probably hear, "Damn it!" and I'll throw the glass against the door. Pissed
Despair
off at
immediately
my-
goes out of her room and she goes over to see if Zephyr is okay.
Well, at the door, as you do that, you actually see Diggory at the door. Is everything okay in there? Are you?
Yes, perfectly fine. Perfectly fine.
Despair, is he
Just
good in there? Is he
Bit
lying?
of difficulty, that's all.
Yeah, I think he is.
You think he's okay? I have the key right here. You can go in and give him a hug. Whatever
Oh,
he
shit.
needs.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
and then Despair takes the key and she goes in.
Oh god. Oh, this is getting steamy. I got my head in my hands at my desk.
Zephyr, Despair walks over to Zephyr and she's just like, "You trying something new?"
I don't think you've ever actually seen him at work. There are tons of alchemical supplies on his desk. It like takes up the whole square inch.
Oh.
There's probably maybe 3 inch by 3 inch of space to work, and the rest is all just alchemical supplies, calcifiers, stuff like that. And he's got his head in his hands in that little 3 by 3 space, and he's just like, I can't figure it out.
What can't you figure out?
I don't know, maybe I'm just too tired. I'm trying to figure out how to extract the juices from this, and I hold up the drug.
Diggory
Despair
is at
just...
the door.
Wait, no, let me finish.
Go ahead.
Despair takes out the bottle of alcohol. Are you trying to make this
Yes.
I read the label.
Pink Fantasy? It's Pink Fantasy.
Son of a bitch.
You want to drink
He's just
some?
thinking to himself, son of a bitch, it already exists.
To be specific, the drug is Pink Fantasy. The drink is Cloud of Love. But,
Oh, yeah.
Cloud of
but
Love.
yeah, as you're at the door, or as
Do
you're
I
doing
know
this, Diggory is at the door, and he's just kind of laughing. You're not going to figure this out. I think you're biting off more than you can chew.
Reading the bottle, do I suspect that this is the drug?
Yeah, it's pretty
Okay. I'm like, okay, yeah, I know this is the drug. I'm just like, where did you get this?
I just bought it.
They already have it.
easy.
Okay.
She paid kind of a lot for it too. It's not cheap stuff, but she bought it anyway.
Yeah, I don't care.
Interesting.
But yes, it does not come from the it is of a similar nature of the as the drug is, but you won't say drug as the plant is, but you're not going to be able to distill the plant into a drink. It's not that simple.
How
It
do
was
you-
more along the lines of I was trying to find a way to concentrate the effects. I wanted it to react on contact rather than ingestion, but it's not succeeding.
Zephyr, my dear, some things can be extrapolated scientifically and mixed in, done around with alchemy supplies, and some things are just natural. Some things just exist the way they are because they do. And
Zephyr gives him a
Pink Fantasy
quizzical
is
look.
one of those things that just is.
Zephyr gives him a quizzical look and almost half disbelievingly responds with, everything can be learned.
Is that right? Have you learned about Pink Fantasy before you came here to this small town?
That's what I mean by learned. You have to experience to learn.
Do you see it growing around in the ground like every other leaf you've seen before? Zephyr.
Surprisingly, no. Where does it originate?
Good night. And he just kind of
Good night to
leaves.
you.
Well, he gets his keys back from Despair and goes back downstairs.
Despair is still in my room,
Yeah.
holding a bottle of fuck me drug.
Despair's just like, you want a drink?
Is it good?
You're wild. What the?
She's just like, I
I can't
guess.
say that I've tasted it. I've only tried the inhalant.
Do you have a cup or something?
I pull out a flask. It's just
Alright,
like a test
and-
tube.
And is this clean?
Clean enough. Might have some
Alright.
grains of gunpowder, but
Oh,
not much.
Okay,
Nothing
and
dangerous.
she corks open the bottle. She pours inside of it, and she's just like, take a drink.
I take a sniff. It smells just like the drug. There's nothing added.
It smells the same. They seem to be of the same root. Yeah, or like the same.
I'm just looking
root
it
is
over.
a deceiving word. It's the same nature.
I'm looking it over. How did they get it this viscosity? And I take a swig to like understand further how they've created this concoction.
You're hard as a rock. No, I'm just
Great.
Despair recorks the bottle and she just puts it on her person, waiting for Sapphire to get its effects.
Roll me a Constitution. How much did you drink?
I downed about half of it because I would have saved the other half
Oh,
for
Jesus
fermentation.
Christ. Okay, yeah, give me the
It's a
Constitution.
test tube full, not the bottle.
Oh, I was
say,
like, Jesus, you swing half the bottle.
Make
No,
him have
she's
a con
fucking
save anyway.
No, I pulled out a test tube for like a drink.
Yeah, well, I
Constitution
still need to
save,
see
you
it.
said?
Yeah, con
Con
save. Actually, fuck it.
save.
Give me a charisma save. That makes more sense. It's not
Charisma.
alcohol.
Oh, I have a much higher charisma. That is a 15.
You're actually feeling okay. You feel maybe a little bit happier, but you're not feeling the similar effects to the drug that you had taken before. At
Probably
least
very
not yet.
disappointing to despair, but I seem too interested in the properties of the chemical to notice that she's still here.
Despair.
I'm just
Despair
like, oh, I think I understand now.
Sapphire.
Huh? What?
I thought,
Sorry,
I
what
thought
can
you
I
were
do for
gonna
you?
be affected. I thought you were gonna be affected by the drink.
I did.
What? No. This isn't how you get affected at all.
No? I don't really remember much.
She looks down. She's just like shit.
I remember waking up naked, distressingly close to you.
Yeah, we were.
What? I don't need to know what we were doing.
No, we were cuddling, and she just says that, and she just kind of pouts.
Okay.
I liked it.
Oh, do you need a hug?
Get drunk!
Do you need a hug?
She's just like, yeah, I've been stressed lately, and she
I
just
gave her a
kind of,
big hug.
and she gives him a hug too.
It's like an awkward, like, this guy doesn't know what he's doing hug. Because you
Yeah,
are still naked.
Creep.
You are still naked.
Can I knock on the wall
okay,
from my room
wait.
and like, keep it down?
Despair's just like, she looks over and she's just like, She's like thinking in her head, how do you consume this drug? Cause she's gonna try.
Well, the drink you just drink. But
yeah, but what about the
the
leaf?
other one is an inhalant,
Yeah,
so you'd have to burn it, which he can do. He can just do that.
true. Despair is just gonna be like, I give up. So she's just gonna give him a hug and she's just gonna stand up once more and she's just.
He's not nearly as smooth as he was on the night of the cuddle.
He needs to piece that serp in him, or else he's not really gonna be out here. Like, you need that purple or that pink in this case.
Yeah. She's just like, everything that's happened so far, I don't know, the whole tribe business and wanting for them to go to Valoria, it's just stressful.
Conquest is an ugly business.
Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen because we're gonna have to deal with him at some point. And then he's gonna be either allying up with them, I don't know why he would, or he's going to, fight them, then we're gonna have to either fight either side, and I don't know, I'm just...
Despair, how much do you know of Godric?
Godric was a friend of my father's. I don't really know much about him.
What is he?
I don't really know. He just seemed different. My father saw potential in him.
It seems it was not misplaced. I myself cannot travel interdimensionally. It's actually one of the things that I've been trying to research since the beginning of my scholarship.
Really?
I don't know how he does it. And when I don't know how something works, I need to find out.
It's probably because of his really cool horse or something.
Regardless, having access to something like that would be a great benefit to my research. It's something that I've been longing for since I was a child. And yes, I'm only half elf, but that is still a long time ago for me.
Yeah.
I don't live as long as elves do. And I have a near impossible quest to seek out how to travel across dimensions. If I can get my hands on that horse or him, maybe I can extract an answer. So, don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. I'm with you guys until the end. This has been the biggest promotion to my research that I have ever had. I'm not going anywhere. We'll have plenty of time to cuddle.
She actually is just like, yeah, you've been a good friend, Zephyr.
Oh, that's very sweet. I'm guessing you wanted this to work. I hold up the vial.
She kind of like her ears like droop, and she's just like, yeah.
I downed the rest of it and willingly failed the save.
Oh. And we can close this scene with a good
With
old
cuddles.
That's adorable.
Yay!
As we come to the next morning. What would everybody like to do?
I'd like to get my spells back.
Yeah, it's a full rest.
Oh, long rest. You lovely, lovely state of existence.
I commune with my god of vengeance in my room,
Sounds ominous.
with my door open.
God, are you there?
It's the god of vengeance.
I will
so
slaughter my enemies.
You said
Maybe
you said
there's
you
like
left your
an-
door open in the morning while you're doing this.
Yeah, maybe there's like an effect or so. I don't know. I just want to interact with somebody, so I left. my
No,
door
yeah.
open.
In a town like this, you keep your door open and you're unfamiliar and handsome. People are coming by. In fact,
Strangers? I'm communing with my god. I'm not paying attention.
oh, that's fair. You got your eyes closed and shit. Fair enough.
Yes, sitting in the middle of the room, hands clasped in front of me, but not like open palm, not like interlocked.
Well, they're courteous enough not to bother you, but there's at least 3 people peeking in the door, just curious about the new person. What is
I
everybody
stand
else doing?
suddenly to go get some breakfast.
They follow you. they follow you down. What is everybody else doing?
I'm just finishing up my spells here.
Aiden's going.
Despair is like still sleeping and cuddling with Zephyr.
Fair enough. Where'd you say Aiden was going? Sorry.
Aiden's going downstairs to eat.
All right. And what about Jace?
Jace is usually early to rise because he's got his morning workouts that he does, so he's probably outside doing like some warm up.
Calisthenics.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I want to go get in on that. I want to pass by a window and then head out there. Competitive spirit burning.
That's awesome.
You said competitive? Like y'all going for
Yeah.
a jog? Let's race. Bitch.
Yeah, I'm outside probably like mid push-ups right now or something like that.
What are you doing, human?
I just like continue like unfazed. And it's like, oh, you work the body every morning.
I bet I can do more than you. I unbuckle my arm and let it drop to the ground with a heavy clang, and immediately drop down to start grinding out push-ups that are relatively
God.
the same pace as Jace.
Oh god, at this point, not only is everybody from, like, most people from the inn, like, out here looking at least through a window, you can see a few people from the church are like, y'all see that shit? And they're just looking at these
two beautiful blonde men just shirtless doing push-ups in the street.
in this town, you guys have gained quite an audience, and they're just kind of watching.
Jace isn't gonna be outdone. Jace keeps going.
Strength check from the both of you to see who does more push-ups.
Strength check or
Okay,
strength
right.
save?
Strength check.
No, let's do a straight save, please.
No, strength check.
I have ridiculous saves. I have a +9 to charisma saves.
It's checks
boy,
now.
boy, get on my level.
This is a contest. It's a check.
Well, it'd be an
I know.
athletics check then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually makes more sense. Athletic.
Where am I? Am I tripping? Where's the rolling channel? Bot channel.
It's in bot channel.
Yeah, I only got 17. I rolled a 9.
Oh,
Damn, man.
He's gonna kill me.
Oh wait, I'm sorry.
probably.
I'm sorry. That's a 6, not an 8. So it's actually only 15. My bad. I was zoomed out.
Okay.
And that 6
I was gonna
looked
say
like an
plus 8. Good lord.
15 it is.
8. Yeah, 15's my number.
Oh, you guys are equally matched.
Hey, I was right.
So we both just keep going, and we're both looking at each other, just sweating, just like give up, and then we just flop on the ground and give up at the same time.
Catch up to me.
At this
awesome.
point, the audience is fanning themselves off. Like they're just like these two big ass sweaty niggas. Like, oh my god, who's gonna win? You know, they are locked in and engaged, and there's cheering at this point, and you guys gained a massive audience on a vocal one at this
I
point.
want to ask him to spar, but I don't want this to turn into an actual duel. Honestly, I just wanted like some role playing sparring.
You don't have to spar. You guys can race or whatever the fuck.
Nah, man, we could spar.
Alright, bet. Start sparring. Put
Aiden's
my armor
gonna-
back on.
Aiden's gonna walk outside and sort of see this big crowd and just sort of look at them like, what the fuck you guys doing?
A manly challenge. And I just
Also-
I clang my spear off of my chest. Let's do this.
I sling my shield around my back. I'm not caring for it, and lift my heavy warhammer with 2 hands.
Jesus Christ.
As this happens, that the group has seen before, a pink arrow with a heart at the front of it, and like a nice pink wispy streamer at the end lands in the middle of you two as you hear Montreal Vex's voice. What are you doing now?
A spar. Care to join?
The
We
fuck?
train.
You are not going to fight in the middle of my town.
It's
while
not a
everybody
fight.
is
We're
watching.
training.
It's a spar.
Does this look like a dojo to either of you?
Sparring is not for. I don't know what a dojo is. Is that a bird?
What about you? Does this look like a dojo?
Who is this annoying child?
I'm not a. Go back inside and eat your breakfast like everybody else, and put your weapons down, unless you want me to take them from you.
How about this?
Snap.
A new manly
Bob is
challenge.
angry.
I'll eat my eggs first, and then I just start sprinting
will
to
eat
the
my
to
eggs.
the end.
I chase after him.
That's fine.
She just kind of shakes her head and picks her arrow back up and puts her bow back. Jesus Christ.
Aiden will apologize for their behavior.
She didn't say
Despair
Jesus
finally
Christ, she
goes
said-
downstairs. So, she just goes downstairs and she just sees Jace and Malik just burst inside, and she's just like, "What's going on?"
Zephyr is right behind her, mildly groggy, but less freaked out than the other day.
Despair is gently holding Zephyr's like hand.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. So she's just like, "What's going on?"
I bet I can outdrink you too, Jace Thorn.
Is that a roll for the fucking for the
Yeah,
eggs?
eggs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lose the egg roll. Go ahead and roll that.
What do we even do? Is that like a con save, maybe?
Yeah, what the hell does you
I
roll?
did survival. Is it
No,
not?
It's
I
gotta be
don't
a
know,
con
honestly.
save.
Oh, that's
You're
follow
forcing your-
tracks, hunt
Okay,
launch,
yeah, con. We'll do Constitution because you guys are eating as many eggs as you can. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you guys,
Oh, I rolled its weight. Wait.
More eggs.
Oh, it's a different character. Shit.
I ate more eggs.
I ate more eggs. I
Take
did.
that, Jace.
You win this round,
My stomach hurts.
Malik.
My stomach does hurt. Where's the
I-
shit around here?
I speak out loud to no one in particular. I'm surrounded by so many muscles, but never the one that matters.
You innkeep, where's your shit, Tom?
I hold up my arm for an arm wrestle if he's up for it.
At this point, he's like, Diggory is sweating as he just had to cook like fucking 100 eggs for each of you. It's out back. It's the outhouse labeled with
Already
the moon on
forgetting
it.
my stomach pain, I sit myself down, say, "You're on, human." And roll up my
I'm-
sleeve.
I'm actually a half elf, but I'll not take offense to
Half
that.
elf? Okay. I couldn't tell by the look of you. I'm sorry.
That's fair. Perfectly fine. It's the ears.
What are we
nobody
rolling
notices
for
the
this?
ears.
For this?
This is gonna be strength this time. It's
If it's strength, I only have a +2.
If it's you wanted athletics.
Either or. It's gonna be the same.
Yeah, it's gonna be strength.
8.
That would make more sense.
Oh,
Roll a 1.
no.
Roll a 1. Oh fuck! You break your arm.
Absolutely destroy you. We start out
Despair
easy. And then
Despair
with a-
watches this, and she's just like, "Can I have an arm wrestle with you, Malik?"
With a roar, I slam his hand through the table.
Ah!
You're breaking it in half. Relax,
Yeah,
dog.
breaking
That's
it in
all,
half.
nigga.
Breaking it in half. I want the reaction. I'll pay for it.
Alright, you break the table. I'm
that's
negative.
That's an oak table, nigga.
I pick up the 2 halves and I begin mending it back together.
Malik has such
Yeah.
chaotic energy. I love it.
Undefeated.
After I relax my hand again.
Despair walks over and she's just like, "I want to arm wrestle you," and she grins.
Oh,
At
she's
this
so much
point-
stronger than me.
As Malik is sitting at the newly repaired oak table, he's got a halfling woman on one side, kind of like massaging one of his biceps, and an elven woman on the other, just giving him a shoulder massage.
Jesus Christ, he's in his element.
And then Jace by him as he's resting from his food baby has a couple people, like a nice little cold rag on his forehead. It's okay, you did your best. You did everything you.
I'm surrounded by sexy.
He didn't do a pre-workout. Doesn't count.
Despair sits in
pre-workout
front
is
of
my
Malik,
prayer.
and Despair sits in front of Malik, and she just holds out an arm with a grin on her face.
Oh God. Undefeated.
Natural.
Wow.
I'll let you roleplay that one, Kitty.
Alright, okay, wait, I'll say it. Despair, like, goes over and she's, like, has this air of confidence because maybe it's because she was, like, super happy and she was just super relaxed with the cuddles last night, so she's, like, she goes in and then she, like, thinks about the cuddles and, like, her mind just goes somewhere else, and then the next thing she knows, her arm's just on the table and she's just like,
Oh, son of a bitch.
Undefeated. Anybody else in this
Too
cabin?
distracted.
You want some gay innkeeper? That's what I
What?
thought.
holy shit!
Definitely bisexual.
You are?
That was
I-
out of character, but
I
most people
turn-
in this town are bisexual. Yeah.
I turn to him and I say, I suggest you apologize for that comment, and I cast suggestion.
He's not even
comment?
offended. Diggory's chilling. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, but I want to
I just
exert
asked
my
him if he
will.
was gay.
I want to exert my will.
What?
No.
I have powers.
What is
No.
command? Passing command?
I'm casting
This is
suggestion.
such a chaotic thing. Oh my
Wisdom
God.
save of 14, otherwise you have to do it.
Alright, let's see the
Alright.
Oh no, yeah, you see.
Are you within 10 feet of me?
Yeah.
You get a +4 to your save and throw, bro.
Son of a bitch.
Because I'm a pretty fucking man.
Why are you helping him?
It's on at all times. I'm sorry.
Son of a
Holy
bitch. Why?
Wow.
Okay, it fails. I didn't know what it. Son of a bitch. Okay, well,
This
it's
is the most chaotic episode I've ever been in.
This is
I
a
love
pretty
this
good start,
roleplay
yeah.
already.
Anyway, Zephyr
Despair
shrugs and just goes back to his book.
Despair
Like,
just
doesn't always work.
like, alright, I wanna go back to Valoria.
Diggory kind of looks with.
I also didn't add my aura of protection to that. I could have smoked it even
Jesus
harder.
Christ, dude. +7?
Yeah,
Diggory
that's just my
wisdom.
regular throat. That's just my regular throat.
Sweet Jesus.
Yeah.
The barkeep Diggory has sort of a serious expression on his face with one eyebrow raised. You, the blonde one, come here.
Which blonde
There's
one?
3 of
There's
us.
2 blonde
The
ones.
one that called me gay.
Oh,
Oh, now there's 3 blonde ones right now.
Yeah, what's wrong
In the
with
middle
that?
of all his
That's all.
triumph, Malik is caught a little off guard by this. falling silent, he just kind of gets up and walks over and leans in.
Come close to me.
He's
Uh-oh.
gonna kiss you.
I am bisexual, but for you, I'm gay. If that makes you.
That's awesome.
Trying to think of any way out of this. I'm celibate. I'm celibate. I'm a paladin. I do not engage in the unholy.
If any,
Whoa!
Whoa!
The unholiness of sex before marriage.
Good day, motherfucker. Don't make him hurt you. Zephyr will be happy to electrocute you.
I walk up the stairs and do a little. I walk away. Is he watching me? Is he watching me? I'm going up the stairs.
yo, he's watching, big dog.
All right. I was gonna tell one of the girls to come with, one of the elf girls, but no, I'm not going to.
As you
Tell
just,
a
Then
person
I'm just
to
gonna
fuck-
sit down. If he's watching me, I'm just gonna sit down. But
Smell like
clearly
guys
quiet.
being
A
freaky.
little. Yeah, I'm not used to these sudden advances.
during the chaos, another new person actually walks into the meadery. Someone that catches everybody's attention, as they're not used to seeing these new people and are a little bit surprised to see another one. Is 1 second, sorry, I gotta get to my.
Sure, take your time.
Their name is Note.
No
Who's
test.
enjoying
No
Malik more
taste.
than
Yes.
me?
No
No
test.
test.
Yeah, it's no
No
taste.
Tess. Her first
Oh my
name
God.
is No.
Hold on,
Who
where
is
the fuck
enjoying
am I?
Malik more than Ryu already?
Oh yeah, way more.
I
Way more.
already am.
This guy's relatable.
The monk was so hard to play. I couldn't figure out how to play it like spiritual. That
Well,
shit
if you're
was
trying
weird.
to play spiritual, like solemn spiritual, it gets a little old pretty quick. But if you're
Yeah.
playing like energetic spiritual like this, it's a lot more fun.
It is very fun. Glad I made this
Okay,
choice.
Big,
sorry.
muscular behemoth.
As the chaos is going on, the room kind of falls silent as a very large, muscular man wearing a very nice suit with a proper tie and vest tied
How
all the way
large?
up. And pretty large.
As big
How
as
tall?
like me
He's
and
got a
Dave?
poised demeanor, and he's got gold horn glasses on, perfectly circular. As he sits down, most of you recognize him, everybody except for Malik would. It is Niflin.
Oh, shit.
Nibelin! The tea
Who's that?
brewer.
What is that?
I came
Yeah.
around here. I didn't expect to see all of you, but I'm glad you're here.
What's good?
How goes your new
Nibelin?
business?
I just arrived. I haven't started any new business yet.
Right, of course. My
I
foolish.
lean over to Jace. Jace, what is that? Who is that?
It's a man.
I can see that you
Welcome to the
muscle
group.
head. I can see that you muscle head. What else? So, how did he get so big?
I think he was born that way.
Seriously? I had to work hard for these muscles.
Oh no, he probably works out too.
Think? I might ask him for his pre-workout later.
I definitely do work out, thank you very much, but most of it was granted to me upon birth, but I'm glad to see you all, and the new faces as well. And to everyone else in the bar, he just kind of waves generally to everybody. A good.
How find you the town?
I got lost, I got a little turned around in my travels, but I found it eventually.
And how do you feel? How do you feel the town suits you?
seems-
Or
Nice so far, can't lie, I've gotten in a couple fights just on my way over here.
I guess that was inevitable.
I thought so
Um,
too.
what
Kind of wanted to
happened?
leave that pot behind, Oh, nothing, It's a pack of rats. I'm not sure what the hell they were. They're big, man-sized rats, and I'm trying to put the whole violence thing aside, but
No great lust there.
I mean, if you need to defend yourself, defend yourself.
Exactly.
that's true. But mostly, I just want to make tea.
Yeah.
It's respectable.
Well, it's good to see you all here. I don't mean to interrupt. I just.
Despair. Oh, sorry. Go on.
No, you're good. Go right ahead.
Despair gets an idea, and she's just like, "Hey, can you boil some water Forbit, I want to try something. And she, like, walks over to Nibelin, and she's just like, I may have something
Oh, sweet.
interesting.
I can boil some water, and he kind of opens up
She's
his
making sex tea.
his large rucksack. He kind of delicately puts it on the ground as with some sort of finesse. He kind of spins out his little tea set, flicks it on with a nice flicker of gas as the flame whooshes on, and he kind of puts out 4 little plates with a teacup on each one of them as he starts the water boiling. What is it that you wanted to make? What do you mean? I've got a couple bags on me right now of a few things I've made before. We can.
I cross my arms.
Despair takes out the pink fantasy leaves. Try these and the tea.
What in God's is this?
Oh, it's very
It's
good.
a local phenomenon.
A local
Yeah.
phenomenon, you say? How does it taste? He kind of smells it a little bit.
It tastes really
Huh?
good.
It does taste good, doesn't it? I can't recall.
Oh, it's really good, yeah. And it smells
It's
like very
spectacular, but can I just suggest you do this near the end of the day? And maybe a few cups for the group. They'd quite enjoy it, I'm sure.
See what?
Oh,
She
would
asked
I?
me to boil some water. What do you mean do it near the end of the day? I can't brew it
Just
now.
saying, this
Say
might
it.
not be the best time to be drinking this.
Well, then why'd she suggest I brew it right now?
It's a little early, Despair.
Despair is just like, she shrugs, but
Okay,
she
well.
she will
I'll
say
leave.
you can do it at any time of the day, but I'll just leave a couple. Well, I mean, I'm sure the locals have these leaves here, and she looks over to what was his name? The guy
Diggory?
that you
Nibble.
Diggory.
Oh, Diggory, sorry.
She looks over to Diggory, and she's just like, she mouths to him, "You give these band these leaves."
Your tea is already phenomenal. This is just a little bit of a pick-me-up.
I'll keep that in mind. This is the second time you guys have helped me greatly.
Yeah,
It's
well,
good to
we're
see you
happy to
all
help.
again. And
As
I wish
it
you
is
luck
with
on
me.
all your travels.
The same
Yeah,
to you.
I hope I can see you again.
I hope to drink some of your tea.
Well,
Yeah.
if all goes properly, I'll be in this town anytime you want to see me, and it'll be on the house. Only the first time you come through, then you'll have to pay.
Of course, that's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's a good trade.
I'm just kidding. I'll give it to you whenever you want. If you come down to see me, I'll be too happy to make you pay. But
Well, we'll be sure to visit next time we're in town.
I would be pissed off if you didn't. Have a good one, all of you. And
You
he
as
just
well.
puts his hand up and some gold on the table as he gets a drink.
Say, you say you got that drink from that temple over there? Is that what I heard? Something like that?
Leaves.
It's harder to explain than that.
I was over there the other day when I first got here. Heathens.
you try
Tried
any
to
of the
convert them to
drugs?
whore. No. Tried to convert them to whore. They wouldn't listen to me. Something about
Oh,
vengeance
I
not
think
being
they're
in their
well
res-
aware of horror.
reservoir.
Oh yeah, they got whore here. It's just a different type.
Are you referring to these women, or? You know
That's
what, I don't
me.
even-
No, I'm just playing.
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
continue like you said nothing.
Yeah, no, I'm just joking. Where are you guys headed now?
I'm guessing we're
Probably
heading
gonna
back
go
to
to
Verloria,
Verloria.
right?
I want to take Diggory to the shit house and not.
Yo!
What the hell?
I'm just playing.
Okay, back to Meloria then.
Yeah.
And you all got horses.
Yep.
And Mallory
Yeah.
has his.
I'm just saying, Cameron. If you're gonna give me the option,
Shut the fuck up. I don't want you to go.
Exploit.
No, relax. Anyway.
You have such chaotic energy, Malik.
It's a nice, refreshing taste.
Thank you.
So the journey to Verloria, if you remember before, was about 2 days. But you guys have been traveling a fuck ton recently. We don't have that much longer in the session, so I'm not going to roll like a whole survival, go
That's fair.
on watch for the night thing. If you guys don't mind, we can just cut back to Verloria.
Yeah.
There are
And-
2 things I'd like to make on the way with the cast of ceremony.
what
I
is
can
that?
ritual cast it for 50 gold. I can make 2 holy water flasks.
Okay.
It's just the spell.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
But
That would
where
make
in
sense.
Verloria would you guys like to head first?
Well, we know that the barbarians aren't going back to that town, right? We cleared that area mostly. I mean, they wouldn't have much.
Yeah,
They
they
wouldn't
didn't
have
seem to
anybody
be in any more
protect it.
danger, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have
All right. So the Kenku village is clear.
correct.
Cool, and they can set up sentries and shit, whatever they usually do to protect their homes. That's their business. But yeah, we'll head back to the inn where the Kenku and lizard folk are.
Okay. As you
I
do,
believe they're still in 2 of my rooms.
probably you have no idea what these crazy bastards have done to everything since you've left.
I'm
But,
hoping that
As opposed to the normal chaotic disorder of everything, you walk in and you see most of the children of Kenku and lizard folk are sitting crisscross on the floor. One of them is sitting up on, Jesus Christ, it's been so long, on Persephone's lap, as she's kind of singing a song in some language that you don't recognize. As all of
Are
them
you
are
sure
listening.
about that? I know a lot of languages.
Ah, fuck. Big bitch.
Speak a lot.
Sing the song, Critty.
I'm not gonna.
Sing the
Unless you want
song.
me to- But do you speak Draconic?
I do.
You fucking asshole. God damn it.
How do you think I talked to them earlier?
Sing the song.
Okay.
Abyssal, Common, Draconic, Celestial, Dwarvish, Elvish, Sylvan.
What
I haven't even
can-
taken Linguist yet.
What can you can get from what she's singing is she seems to be singing a song about a dragon father
Oh,
that
that's cute.
took in a young human girl and raised
Cute.
her to be a warrior that she lost one day, and that's really all that you can get from like the small snippet that you get. But the the young Kenku girl in her arms as she's rocking back in this chair has fallen asleep, as a couple of the other little kids have fallen asleep too, but some of them are just sitting crisscross and listening in awe as she kind of sees you enter.
No, she doesn't.
Fuck off! She hears you enter. See, and I was gonna say reading a story, but I was like, no, she's singing, bitch. I got myself the first time, for fuck's sake. Anyway, she hears you all enter.
Persephone!
That's a voice I haven't heard in a long time.
That's a good few days at least, yes. We've
I hope
returned.
there's more familiar voices amongst you.
Oh, of course.
He's dead.
We would never leave you without Jace to scold for his heroic deeds.
I would hope not. Well, it's good to have you all back. Is everything okay? You've been gone for quite some time.
Better than okay. It seems the Kenku and the lizard folk have a home of their own again.
You see mostly the adults, but some of the children are kind of whispering as they're all like standing up and chattering in random Kenku speech, excited.
I say in Draconic, you should be able to go home now.
She doesn't really say anything for a moment. She just kind of looks at you. Yes, yes. Let's. How do we plan to get them all home?
I was considering that actually. I have some methods that no one would approve of, so I was wondering if anyone. I was wondering if if the group would be all right with me hiring a few mercenaries.
Creepy undead mercenary.
No, proper mercenaries. I had that method that I knew you guys wouldn't approve of, so I was wondering if everyone would chip in and we could hire a couple of mercenaries to take them home.
I don't have much, but
Seems-
I guess I can spare a gold coin.
Oh, it's all right. We wouldn't trouble you. We've already we've been involved with these people, and we wouldn't question that. Everybody okay with donating about 20 gold?
It depends on how much it would cost.
Yeah, how much would 2 mercenaries cost roughly, Gritty?
2 mercenaries.
Because I don't want to have to walk these people all the way back to their home.
Probably for that journey, about 10 gold. Or
10
so.
gold?
Yeah.
So yeah, 20 gold would be a good price. So yeah, I'll just pay it. Yeah, I'll pay it out of my pocket.
Okay.
Yeah, we can
20 gold.
We can arrange something.
Easy enough.
I will head out and arrange that.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to find over at the bar. As you
Cool.
had, you yourself had gotten wrapped
Oh
up.
yeah, that's
with
right.
a
We're
few
an adventurers guild. What am I thinking?
Yeah. you know, you've talked to plenty of people that would be willing to do something like this, and it's easy enough to find a small group, well, fucking a couple to take them there.
Yeah, I just call out 20 gold to the people that can take these people home,
They're like crawling over each
Yeah.
other trying to get to it.
and I hand the gold over and I say, take good care of them, and respect their wishes.
They nod at you and kind of collect all of them, and you know, you were pretty discerning when picking people, and you seem to trust these people that you've chosen a reasonable amount as they kind of head off. And the adults of the
before-
Kenku and the one lizard folk that actually spoke to you just puts out his hand. It looks like he has tears in his eyes a little bit. Thank you for everything you've done for these people and myself.
I hold out my hand.
And he shakes it, and he goes to each one of you and shakes your hand. You've all been more than kind.
Oh, you deserve a home, you and your people.
Thank you. And he just kind of nods, not knowing what to say. And he goes and he says goodbye to Persephone as well before they all head off.
I lean over to the table to Persephone and I say, it's going to be a bit quieter around here for a while.
She looks actually pretty sad. Yeah, it's going to be good to get rid of the noise.
I know how you feel. But we still have our dogs. Speaking of, how is Rubik doing?
They're dead.
What?
I'm just kidding. I've taken
Shit.
care of them. They've been a handful.
I mean, that wouldn't be a deal breaker either, but
They've been quite a handful, but I've kept them safe in your room, and I fed
that's
them.
good to know.
Done all that
I'll
I can.
be glad to see him again.
What about Hope?
She's dead.
Oh, forgot to feed that one.
I
Forgot about that one. Couldn't
I
find
hate
her.
owl bear. I put the wanted note up for the owl bear. Oh no, just kidding. Hope is safe as well, and she actually produces Hope from her coat, and it's just kind of purrs at you and Flies back
Despair
over
like
to you.
immediately starts crying. She's just like,
Aww.
oh, and she like cuddles into Hope, and she's just so happy. Like she has this beautiful big grin on her face. It's like she has tears in her eyes. It's just like
Yeah.
I missed you.
she was a good girl. It was an honor taking care of her. But the dogs, on the other hand, are upstairs.
I do apologize for that, and I go upstairs and grab the dogs.
They're still
I-
just
down.
as like rough and feral as you had left them.
Well, no, I trained mine a bit.
A
I didn't
bit.
train- I
There's
didn't train
still
the other
scratch
one.
marks and shit all over like the doors and shit everywhere.
And I hold up, yeah, sure, 2 rations. I'll hold up 2 rations, like just
Just
shitty
immediately
food, but
like
I-
launches on them.
I hold it
It's
up and I
like-
go, hey, down, down, down.
It's kind of
I'll-
like,
I'll make an animal handling roll if I have to.
yeah, I'm gonna need a roll for it.
Plus 3. That's 13.
It does go down. It sits, but not before taking
And when
one
it
of-
sits, I'll
right
throw
out
the
of
food.
it. No. Fair enough.
All right, good boys, good boys. Come on. And I take them downstairs.
Okay. what are you guys going to do now that you have finally returned the Kenku and Lizard folk back to their home and relieved Persephone of her caretaking duties for now?
And my constant strain on my wallet.
Yes.
I pay off my debt. I'm probably like $15 behind. So 15 gold I'll spend to cover the expenses of the Kenku and Lizard folk.
Yeah, and she's more than happy with that much.
Yep.
You know, she was mostly doing it as a favor, but she's not.
Yeah,
gonna say
but
no
I
to this.
feel like, you know.
Well, if you want to add 10, to that, I'll help cover for the travel and then whatever else you see fit.
Sure, why not?
So
And I'll add 1 to that because I'm poor.
Don't worry about it. We aren't going to deprive you of your money. so early.
No. Here you go. I attached 1 gold coin to Zephyr's chest, where I like hit his chest a little too hard. There you go.
The wind knocks out of me because I'm just a scrawny little dude in comparison.
There you go. Doing my part as always. What's our next move?
That is a good question.
Malik hands 1 gold over, like, God, I'm generous.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
hear. Okay, so we know Cabal is where they're hanging out. We know Dugar has Aiden's brother.
He has his brother? I haven't heard of this.
I wasn't saying that out loud. I was saying that as
I was
player.
gonna say.
Oh, I was gonna say, I'm like,
What we got to do? Oh, your brother's still gone, probably dead. We gotta.
They're about to take your hometown. So there's that. It's like, bro, what?
Oh, by the way, Aiden,
yes.
did you want to talk to your brother?
Ah, crap.
We do that at another time.
Another time, possibly.
Another time. Very well. Good to know.
There's too many people here. He's not gonna do that.
That's fair. It's not like anyone would hear. It'd just be me. But anyway, I will busy myself with making more. Actually, no, I would probably be waiting to buy powdered silver and shit. So I will wait for you guys to figure out what we're doing.
Is there some kind of armor shop or weapon shop around here? I always like.
I can show you to one.
And also, can anyone take me to Dugar?
Yes, we
What
should
do you
check
need
it.
to see God for?
After.
I came here for. I hear he's looking to offer me some work, and
were
I have
sup-
a feeling I'll run into some old friends, you could say.
Yes,
Yes, the
Right.
Van Cars you were referring to, the Asmar.
yes, I have a date with her.
I
You have a
believe,
date
yes,
with her?
I believe that was a few days ago that we were supposed to do that, by the way. But yeah, I'm sure they won't mind. Let's head over to Dugar's.
You always have
We
to make the lady
should
wait.
check in with them.
All right.
I'm sure they'll have the same point of view.
As
yeah.
you guys arrive to Dugar's, wait, are you going? Is that confirmed?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. As you guys arrive at Dugar's Manor, you can see, unusually as you arrive, or excuse me, not unusually as you arrive, you see more people dressed in the blue garb that you become familiar with. And out front, he actually has a line of what seems to be about 15 or so guards, just standing at attention as they're taking commands from.
Soldiers.
They're taking commands from somebody who's up on the familiar horse in the same exact blue garbs as Otella on the front of the horse and Shannon on the back of it as she's commanding them to do things and just giving some sort of speech, it seems like, as she turns around. Who is it? Oh,
Otella, Shannon.
my gods. Malik. Jace, Jace, what are you doing with him?
Well,
Jason-
we ran into him, and he said he wanted to come here.
You ran into him.
Yes,
I'm
well, not.
happy to see me, Otella.
No, I'm not happy to see you. What?
Oh,
Everybody, at ease, go back inside to the back. Jesus Christ, Shannon. Not Jesus Christ. That's like my habit, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
is not-
I would like to now cast Read Thoughts with my Child Divinity.
You fucking asshole.
To read her
Yay.
mind.
Read her mind, bro. Read
It's
her
a
fucking
14.
mind.
It's a 14 Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
If she fails, I can read the surface thoughts. On a success, I can't use it again until I finish a long rest. But she does not notice.
Let me get her fucking character sheet to see what her wisdom is. Hold on.
There's no information that states that she notices that I'm reading her thoughts.
Yeah, no, that would be balanced. You know, and we can't
And
have
this would be surface thoughts, not like innermost thoughts.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not like super overpowered. It's just like,
I know.
yeah.
what is it that's bothering her about Malik?
Oh, I thought you were just gonna say what's bothering her in general. And I was gonna say Jace's abs.
Facts.
Bothering Century. It's like, oh.
Okay, well, she didn't even fucking pass it. So,
Awesome. I can read her mind.
what you can gather from.
Did you want to switch to... Oh, wait, no, we can't switch to Whispers. That's right, I forgot. Sorry.
I can call you.
No, it's
Oh,
okay.
sure.
It wouldn't be recorded
Oh,
if
yeah,
we did that.
Yeah, don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
Let's keep
Okay.
going.
Well, what you can gather essentially from reading her thoughts is she is completely shocked and didn't ever expect to see Malik ever again. You get the sense that she feels reoccurring thoughts or like rediscovered thoughts of abandonment. She is excited. She was like almost excited to see Jace until she saw Malik's fucking face again.
Cockblocker.
What you can, that's what you can read basically.
My bad, bro.
Shannon, please just handle everybody else. And she hops off of the horse as Shannon kind of hops on it and starts commanding the orders and gets everybody to go back inside. Okay, you guys definitely have some explaining to do while you'd be walking around with Malik Blackhammer.
I hear you work for Dugar now.
Yes, I do, Malik, because I like to have some sort of structure in my life, and I like to defend the people that I care about. And I actually doesn't.
All right. You're aware he offered me a job. He's looking to offer me it.
He offered.
Where
you.
is he?
I specifically told him that filth like you isn't going to help us. You're just going to run away again.
Watch your tongue. I don't know what you wanted me to do. Stay.
Don't tell me to watch my tongue when you've come to my new home.
I'm not here for you. Where's Dugar?
He's inside, and he's not going to see you today. He's busy.
I'm gonna step up in her face and I'll roll for intimidation. I'm gonna step up in her face and say, "Take me to Dugar."
Despair is just in the background, like, slowly backing away, like, okay.
What is my intimidation?
Zephyr
as great
is
as I thought.
fascinated.
Oh! Hey. 21.
As you step up on her, she just calls back, Shannon! And Shannon immediately comes back, riding on the horse. And jumps the fence to get back there. And he just kind of stands a little bit in between the two of you as you speak, and she takes a step back. You have
Take
no
me
business
to
here,
Dugar
Malik.
now.
I'm not letting you work for Dugar. You abandoned me. You abandoned us.
I abandoned nothing but Cabal and a worthless cause.
Well, this isn't
serve
Cabal,
a greater
but it's...
purpose now.
You
Purpose of
serve the
revenge.
purpose of yourself and nobody else. Our whole lives we were taught to only worry about the people around us that mattered to us the most. And you mattered to me the most, Malik. And you left. You left me and Shannon alone. We almost died.
Ignore what I just said, Cameron. Sorry, I gotta get back in character.
You're retarded for that one, bro.
No, I was trying to say something else, but
whatever that
I'm
thing
like
was
two.
retarded.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. That was horrible. Well, like I
And
said, I'm not here to discuss the past or you. I'm here to speak to Dugar. Dugar! I'm gonna scream as loud as I can.
He can't hear you. That's a
I don't
big
care.
ass
I'm
house.
still gonna do it. I'm still gonna do it. I don't care. I don't care.
I
rest
wave my hand between them. And I say, regardless of past experiences, I would point out that we have business with Dugar, and as this man seems to also have business, may as well get it all done in one swoop. Yes?
I'm not bringing him in here one swoop or not. You guys can talk to him, but I recommend that you stay as far away from this traitor as you can.
Duly noted.
Despair is just like,
Painting me to be a criminal. Tell them what really happened. Tell them.
You're no criminal. You're scum that left your family and everyone that cared about you after everything we did for you. That doesn't make you a criminal. It makes you a coward.
Why didn't you leave with me? You chose to stay. And now look, you've abandoned Cabal as well. Are you not as much a traitor as I am?
I abandoned Cabal because I didn't want to die. You abandoned Cabal because you cared about no one but yourself. I wanted to keep my people alive.
What, I
And
don't want
because
to
you
die?
left, I have nothing.
Was I
because
supposed
of
to
you.
stay and die?
You were supposed to stay and fight. You know that you're our strongest warrior. You knew that. You
The
knew
fight
that
was
without
already
you,
lost.
that we would fall, but you left us anyway.
Oh,
have nothing else
I
to
just
say
noticed
about this.
something about Read Thoughts.
Yeah.
For 1 minute. During that time, you can cast Suggestion as an action on the target without expending a slot. I'm going to suggest to her that she calm herself.
I want you
No,
to
you
die.
should suggest us to take us to Dugar. Alright, it's too late. No
Calm
metagaming.
herself
Suggest-
and
or
to allow
excuse-
him to meet with
Suggest,
Dugar.
suggest is one word as far as I recall, isn't it?
That's command. Suggestion is
Fuck
one
my-
sentence.
God.
So I'm going to state, in her mind, she's just going to hear as like one of her own thoughts. I should allow this man to see Dugar for now, regardless of my feelings. This would be at the end of the minute, so this is the last thing I can do with Read Thoughts.
Whatever. Just keep a close eye on this traitor when you go in there.
Great, now that that's over with, we can go speak to Dugar. And I kind of pushed back. Like, what just happened was insignificant and nothing to me.
I follow behind. Interested.
Despair is very concerned. She just looks to Otella and she just has this very confused and almost sad look. And
As you're looking at her, once Malik has passed, she's straight crying, and Shannon is just kind of, letting her lean on him as she's just crying.
Aw.
Despair walks over to them and she's just like, I'm sorry about that whole thing.
It's okay, Despair. It's nothing to do with you. I'm sorry. I let my emotions get in the way of my poise, and I apologize.
Despair
One
puts
side,
a hand on her shoulder and she just says, if you need to let out your emotions, you can. It's honestly okay.
I'm with Malik.
My
Once we're out of earshot of Shannon and Tella, I turn to the others and say, I'll explain all later. For right now, just need to meet with Dugar.
I think it's literally just you and Zephyr, because Jace is gonna stay with Otella.
Yeah,
Okay. It's just
I'm-
me
I'm
and
meet-
Zephyr, or-
I'm meeting with Dugar.
Yeah, Despair's
explain
just
everything
taking
Because
his
I'm
spot.
interested in you.
I'll be going as well with Dugar.
I kind of put one armor on him and gesturing with my hand, I say, I'll explain all later. I'm sure you're very interested in what I have to say.
Oh, you don't know the half of it.
I'm not a bad guy.
I don't question
You'll
that.
know. You'll know. Anyway, let's go see Dugar.
With pleasure. Or what modicum of pleasure I can raise for the man. And I continue walking.
Before we continue with Dugar, we'll go, I guess, with Jace and Despair as they're still with Otella, and just finish
Indeed.
that scene. It's not. It's just the fact that my emotions have only ever gotten me in trouble, Despair.
Despair, her face darkens a bit at that, and she's just like, I kind of know the feeling, but it's normal, it's natural to feel, and even if it gets you in trouble, you shouldn't lock yourself away from your emotions.
I don't want to lock myself away, I just know that getting attached to people only ever gets me hurt. It's good
Alright.
to see you again, Jace. And she just leaves on the horse with Shannon.
No.
If you need to talk, I'm here. And she kind of calls out until they leave.
Of course, she says as they just
Or if
kinda
you
ride
still want
off.
that drink. That's for real.
Are
though.
you guys going to go inside with them, or are you guys?
Yeah, we're gonna go inside, but before that, Despair just looks to Jace, and she's just like, I need to know more, but I feel bad for her. Let's just go and, she rolls her eyes and makes gestures about the door, and she's she's not happy that she's going to Dugar, but she's
we will
just
get
like, let's
this.
just go.
We'll get this over with.
Yep. And she goes inside with Jace.
Okay. As you guys get to the door.
Sorry, one thing.
Yeah.
As I'm with Malik in the foyer or whatever, I turn to him and I say, "You're seeking out this dimensional traveling warrior on the horse," he said.
Ah,
Aidan is here too,
he
just
lives in my
FYI.
soul. I swore an oath of vengeance. Rid this world of all the evil that I could find. That fiend will know the taste of my hammer someday, I promise it.
Be that as it may, if we were nearby when you felled him, could I extract some information?
From the fiend? Or the teeth?
Alive or dead?
Yeah.
I
Well,
have an interest, an investment, one might say.
Alive or dead? What
Alive
are you
or dead.
suggesting?
You'll find out eventually.
You mean necromancy? I cannot allow that.
You can call it what you will, but I prefer to think of it as another tool to command.
It's unholy and a disturbance to the natural order of things.
That's a
Sometimes,
purely subjective point of view.
as creepy as this
If
man
you truly
may
want
be-
to, and if it is
Oh,
in
are
the
you
name
there?
of revenge,
Yeah, I'm here. I went to Dugar as well.
Right.
oh, awesome.
As creepy as this man may be, he does get things done with weird ways.
I
Sometimes,
take mild offense at that.
be that as it may, sometimes it's needed to be somewhat sketchy in order to get things done.
Malik reaches up with one gloved hand and traces the image of horror on his chest and says, "If it is in the name of revenge,
In a fashion. Call it the exploration of a dream.
I don't know what that means. Continue to befuddle me." I'm very confused now, but
It seems that's my
I'm just
purpose
I'll
for
just
everyone.
take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. And I'll just pretend that it's in the name of revenge. That way I don't have to prevent you from doing it.
That
So-
works for me.
It's like, hey Malik, can you get the mail? Is it for vengeance? Yes, Malik, it's for vengeance.
Boy! Bring me my axe!
Okay, what were you gonna say, Despair? I'm sorry.
I guess at this point, Despair will eventually catch up with the group.
Yeah, you guys
and
would have
she's
gotten here. I wasn't far
yeah.
ahead.
You guys are a group again.
Yeah, so Despair is just like, hi. She kind of looks awkwardly at Malik, but she doesn't really say anything for now. She's more
Malik?
thinking about how Dugar exists.
Yeah, that is distressing. Zephyr
Malik
is
completely
staring.
oblivious.
Zephyr is staring at the corner of his eye at Malik, very interested in this conversation.
I'm completely oblivious to anything going on around me. I have an intelligence of 8 and a modifier of -1.
Fine, man.
I
That's
don't
fine.
even realize that anybody is looking at me or that
Good.
anybody is shook by what just happened.
Good.
I stand there, but as always, I appear to be ready for combat at any time.
Makes sense.
My hand.
Oh fuck! I hate that noise. I'm sorry, but as Jesus Christ, I lost my thought. As you guys are waiting at the door, I believe, the two orc gentlemen dressed in full suits with a small blue emblem on them are waiting there, and they kind of look at each other and look you all over. You're here to see the god.
We've been acquainted. You can tell him we've arrived.
Tell him
Let's-
Malik Blackhammer is here.
Blackhammer. He's been waiting for you. And you, the Zephyr, Despair. Yes, I remember all of you. Come
We
on.
really need a group name.
He just kind of nods at the other one as they open the double doors, and an elven man kind of nods at you and leads you up to Dugar's office, where he seems to be, and opens the door for you. As Dugar kind of looks down from the paper he was looking at, puts it aside. Well, well, well. It's been too long since I've seen those faces.
Are we downstairs at the moment?
You guys are upstairs.
Upstairs.
Yeah.
In his room, perhaps?
No,
Office.
it's an office. It's a separate thing.
Okay, good to know.
Dugar, what an operation this is. Malik Blackhand. I get kind of close to his desk and stretch a hand out.
He stands up and grabs your hand with force and shakes it. As I live and breathe, Malik Blackhammer. Boy, have I heard some words about you.
Some words. Oh, Otella rattling on.
Of course, you know how she is, but I can't say that I'm surprised that you're rolling with these folk, but it's a little curious how you ended up with them. Yeah, but I'm sure y'all were drawn together. It's kismet, you know. Personalities tend to magnetize. I don't know. It's some silly stuff I believe in. But have a seat.
I have no clue what you're talking about, but all right.
I understand. I've heard you're not the. Anyway, and he kind of snaps his fingers 2 times, and a couple orcs from outside bring in more chairs, so there's enough for all of you to sit in front of his desk as he sits down back in the chair.
Why are there so many orcs here, Dugar?
I like orcs. You know, they don't talk too much, and they listen. You know,
Kind of a weird fetish. I kind of sit back, not thinking about what I just said.
Wouldn't call it a fetish.
Hello?
So Matt, sorry, Nai was talking to me. Wouldn't call it a fetish so much as just, you know, my interest being in getting things done efficiently, right? And they tend to help me do that the best. Anyway, what's brought all of you here today?
I heard you have some kind of job for me, some kind of job offer. Or you wanted to meet me at one or another?
All of it, actually. But yes, I'm more talking about the rest of you. I was hoping to see Mr. Blackhammer, but I wasn't so sure I'd see you guys today.
We
What's
took a
brought
bit
you
of a
by?
sorry.
No, I'm all good. I just said, what's brought you by?
We took a shine to the man on the road, and we're rather curious if we could maybe lend a hand in his endeavors. He's a rather interesting man.
He is an interesting man, isn't he? I haven't even seen him nor talked to him in person. I've just heard stories, and well, I have my interest, but unfortunately, I don't think y'all are going to be able to help with the little job I've got planned out for him.
I'd now like to use my second child already to read his thoughts.
Okay, bitch.
It's a wisdom saving throw of 14. Once again, people do not know that I'm doing it.
All right, hang tight.
Seems that... Never mind.
Did you say wisdom or charisma? Sorry.
Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
14 is the DC.
I would have preferred if it was charisma. It's a charismatic bitch. Alright, he failed it too.
Yes! Okay. For 1 minute I can read his surface thoughts. And at this point I say, not to mention, of course, we were also interested in Aiden's situation, of course. To try and, I tried to bring up the thought of his brother and any images that he might have in his mind of that.
He's really
Perhaps
not
positions?
really not thinking of Aiden's brother at the moment.
Damn, he's good. Okay.
More so, he's just thinking about Malik and just surprised to see all of you. You know, his mind is here. You know, he's not really thinking elsewhere. He's a pretty direct guy. And also, to be honest, he doesn't really give that much of a shit about Aiden's brother. To be
No,
honest.
I get that. Yeah.
You know? Well, I guess I could expand a little more though. Well, when you did it, he was talking about Malik and his job.
Yeah.
What you get from his thoughts is he has less. Like for you guys, he has contract work in mind, and he has plans for a bit more with Malik.
Okay. This
You
lasts a
get the-
minute, by the way. I can keep reading his mind.
Yeah, you get the thought that he was seeing Malik as somebody like Otella or Shannon. You know, wants
Yeah.
to.
A
You know.
useful mercenary, I get that.
Well,
It's
yeah,
not
like-
actually Malik that he's interested in.
right. Well, like I said, I don't think y'all are gonna be able to help Malik out too much with the job I've got for him. In fact, when we talk about that, it's gonna be more personal, a little bit more in private. But I do like that you're all friends hanging out together. I think it's cute.
Well, it's of course useful to have overlapping contracts. Doesn't
Oh.
hurt.
Of course, of course.
An extra set of hands and such.
What's his job? What's his job? I interject. And
Like I
What's the
said,
job?
Malik, I'd like to talk to you about it alone.
I'll find my way out. I
I don't
walk
see the reason you would have to
the
talk to me
door.
alone. I kind of put my hand out and stopped Zephyr from leaving it. I don't see why you would have to talk to me alone.
Well, because I'd like to, and that's about all you need to know. You know.
All right, fair
I've
enough.
got my-
See you later.
I'll see you outside. And I step out of the room. Mildly
Is there also-
disappointed that I didn't get anything interesting out of his mind, but also very happy that it succeeded.
I
Right.
would walk out, but then try to sneak, like, against the door or something, and try to keep out of sight from any guards to get
I'm
any
guessing
sort
there's
of information.
probably guards.
There is guards, but unfortunately, the same elven man that led you in is leading you guys out.
Can I try to sneak away from the elven man?
You can try. It's gonna take a hell of a roll, but you can
Let's
try.
Oh,
see.
dear. You
My-
do have lucky, remember?
I do have lucky. I forgot how to do this. It's been so long.
/ roll 1d20 plus whatever mod.
$21.
Okay. Describe to me how you're gonna slip away. So what's happening is this elven man is kind of he's like leading you guys down the stairs, and just trying to get you guys outside. You want to just like try to slip away from the group and get back by the door?
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
You could
slip
ask me for
away.
help.
I'm just gonna try to slip away from everybody.
I would say, with a roll like that, you're still pretty stealthy, but you know, there's a lot of people in the area. It might take some sort of diversion. You know what I mean?
I'll.
At least for the elven man. And
I'll push. I'll accidentally shove into Zephyr to make him fall.
That's a
Okay.
dick move, but if that's the case, one glass jar filled with gunpowder out because
Would
that
it?
shit explodes on contact.
Would it?
If it's bludgeoning damage, it's only when you take bludgeoning
Oh,
damage.
hold on. I'm out of potion poppers. We're all good.
You're fine. You're going down the stairs, buddy.
Although I would be losing a few ball bearings, so I'd start picking those up. That's probably a fairly
Lose your shit at the bottom. Just go crazy.
What
the fuck? Y'all following your stairs?
I would say if she knocks me over, if he knocks me over, the ball bearings probably 100 ball bearings probably fall out of my pocket.
You say 100?
I've got 1,000.
Why?
It's
That's
one
That's how
bag
much
of ball
That's
bearings.
how much you start with.
One bag of ball bearings.
You find a good use for those, I'll give you inspiration.
Actually,
dog.
I already wanted to put them into grenades, so yeah, there you go. Can I have my inspiration?
Not yet. But yeah. As he falls, just a clattering of
shit.
tiny metal ball bearings go down. The elf is like not very athletic and slipping over them, and you're able to just kind of slip away. And there is guards kind of nearby the room, but they're not paying too much attention. They're just kind of walking by, so you're able to kind of find like a nice tree behind the door to prop yourself by to stay hidden in a way that you can sort of hear what they're saying.
Alright.
I mean, I tripped. What would you do? And I start just cleaning them up.
My
So
heavens.
stop yelling!
He kind of the elven guy's like rolling his eyes while he helps you pick them up, kind of half-heartedly, one at a time. Well, Malik Blackhammer, flesh and blood,
Dugar, whatever your last name is.
Marquine, if you will.
Martine, huh?
Well,
Think
I'm
I've
not
heard
gonna.
of you before, maybe.
I would hope
Nope.
so.
Nope.
Okay. Anyway.
Never heard of you in my life. Until
Alright.
you offered that job.
Well, now you have, right? I'm Dugar. He's kind of like pinching the bridge of his nose. Gets himself
I guess you could
composed.
say that.
Puts-
I have heard of you now.
He puts his his cocky smile back on with after gritting his
Sweet
teeth a little
Jesus.
bit. All right, well, I must say I've heard a whole lot about you, Malik, and as you can tell, I've got a vested interest, and I'm going to be right up front with you. I want you to work for me. I know you've done good work in your past, and I know what you fight for. And I'm not going to lie to you, Otella has warned me that I don't want you on my side, but the things that she said have led on a little more that I think it would take us a while to gain trust between the two of us. But I think you're a very powerful warrior, and you've got a very nice motive, and you're a very driven individual. And I think
What do you know of my motive?
What do I know of your motives? I know what Otella has told me, and I know what you guys have fought for a very long time.
At this point, I exist only for vengeance and to cleanse this world of all fiends and others unholy things.
Well,
Kind
what
of
if I told
caress my crest a little bit.
What if I told you I could get you started on that path right now?
You have the location of one or another monster?
One or another monster, you said. You know where we're taking this war. We're taking it back to your hometown. And you know there's plenty of fiends in Cabal for you to sink your blade into. More than just one or another monster. But now you'll have help. When you guys fought before, you just had your thinning numbers of Asimars from whatever shitty church Otella was telling me about. I don't know, I wasn't paying attention, but now you're gonna have more numbers.
Shitty church? I bled for that church.
You bled for
No matter what
it?
Otella says, I didn't abandon. I left to gain more power and return at a later date. There was no reason for us to die. There was none. We could have left and survived. Shitty church. I stand up and kind of slam my hand on his desk. Shitty church.
You bled for that church, but look what's on your chest right now. Is that who you were praying to back then? Is that who you all bled for and laid your lives down for?
That has nothing to do with it.
I think it's got everything to do with it. Why do you think Otella hates you so much?
Otella hates me because he thinks I abandoned him.
You
and
did.
Our people.
You abandoned her, your people, and your religion. But my point is, Malik, you have people here now. And I know we don't mean that much to you, but I know what does mean something to you is cutting the throat of a fiend, eating the heart of a demon. You're a monster, Malik, and I just want to bring that out of you. Give a fuck about whatever you were praying to before, whatever you bled for before. Now you can bleed for vengeance, the thing I know that you care about most.
I kind of stand back and cross my arms a little bit. Keep talking.
Well, you stick with me. I'll make sure you've got no shortage of supplies to take down as many of them as you can. We reclaim the land back, and if you want to stick with us, that's fine. Stay as one of my generals. We'll have people posted up in Cabal if it goes that far, but that's a pipe dream. But, you'll stick with me. You'll have enough money and resources to take out whatever vengeance you want.
What is your interest in taking Cabal? What do you want, Cabal?
Cabal is a threat. Cabal is a threat to basically every nation around it that can't defend itself. And we're not within spitting distance, but we're not too far off, and we're a pretty powerful nation. And the people that are taking Cabal, are gonna have their eyes on us. My first goal is defense. Verloria is at my heart. That's a phrase I like to say a lot. Verloria first, But when we gain more power, more powerful individuals like yourself, we can look beyond Verloria. And we can take back your holy land and put back up that shitty church you apparently still care about. Hey, maybe we'll build another church, but to, what's that two-headed figure?
Whore.
We'll put up a church of whore in the middle of it, maybe. Like I said, it's a pipe dream. But I promise you'll get further with me than hanging around with those.
I have several conditions.
Give me
Cutting
one.
them off mid-sentence. One, Cabal remains in the hands of Asimar.
It
2,
remains in the hands of the Azamar, you said.
yes,
Alright, I'll hear you out for the rest of them.
remains in the hands of the Asimar. You refrain from calling it a shitty church.
Done.
You know, I can't think of any more conditions.
Well,
Oh wait,
oh.
no, that was it. Those were all my conditions.
Almost had a thought there, did you, Chief? Well, hear me out.
Happens once in a while.
We take Cabal, it's not going to remain in the hands of the Azamar. You know, it's going to remain in my hands. But you will have free will to live there and to continue praying to your excellent church, or stay with Otella and start your people back up and start
What
fighting.
are
for
you
whatever.
anyway? Are you the leader of this town or country or whatever this is? Are you the leader here?
Yes, I am.
Certainly feels like it.
What is this, a democratic nation? Kind of having trouble believing people would vote you. Anyway, besides the fact, I'm interested. Definitely interested. My
Well-
starting fee is a couple hundred gold,
Easy.
and I want to keep that group with me.
What group?
What do you mean, what group? The people that just walked out of here, Zephyr and those others, whatever their names were.
You know what? Yeah, you can keep them with you. You get them on board. You can keep them with you.
All right, starting to like this deal a little bit.
Oh,
Why don't
no.
you- Why don't you tell them about this? You know, why don't you go tell them about this great cause you're gonna join and ask them to join it? Ask Aiden for me.
Say,
If you
what is your connection to that group anyway?
None of your business.
That's fair. That's fair.
Just gonna give up on that
I
one.
don't even know why I asked. I didn't even care in the first place, to be honest.
Oh, I understand. Well, Malik, I don't want to take up no more of your time. But just think about what I've said.
Yeah, you've already kind of wasted a lot. I mean, used up a lot.
No, he exhaled
Alright,
for a moment.
I'll see you later. I'll go let him know.
Goodbye.
Bye. I'll just kind of
Yeah,
walk out the door without saying another word.
I'll hearing footsteps coming through the door. I'll
My
take
guy.
it with you.
You have the most chaotic energy ever. Also, sorry,
you
go on,
want
Aiden.
I fucking love Alec.
What were you saying, Aiden? I'm sorry.
Hearing footsteps come to the door, I'll take my leave before anybody can see me here. Because I'm listening through the door.
Roll me another stealth check, not to be.
Oh, I want to like
Oh,
hit
boy.
the door and then like knock her side. Then what was that?
Remember, you have lucky. You have lucky. You have
Oh,
lucky.
I'm
You have lucky.
lucky. I'm gonna use the lucky.
Please do.
Alright. What?
That didn't work.
Oh, it
Great.
was an S. I'm
One
so
S20.
Slash roll 1 S20.
25.
Oh.
Yeah, you're
I
easily
am-
able to
I'm
just
outta there.
back out.
You
Yeah.
somehow got stealthier.
And like you slip back in with the rest of the group pretty unnoticed too.
Ah, there you guys are. What are these little balls on the ground?
98, 99. Alright, that's all.
Count to
the-
100.
Then wait.
I'm just kidding. I'm not that dumb. I'm not that dumb.
the elven man is just like pinching the bridge of his nose. Okay, you've got all of them, I assume. Are we ready to-
Hang on, let me recount.
Alright, guys, we've got a lot
Wait,
to talk about.
Mr.
wait. Hold on. Can like Despair accidentally just bump into Zephyr? Just
You know what? Keep him.
Yeah, thanks.
We'll show our way out, and I just kind of hit him on the back, like kind of hard.
The other 500 fall out, and then it's just like, okay, a few more for you.
All right, see you later. We have
You
much
know,
to talk about.
a broom, or like
Yeah,
a dust
hey,
can.
I'll get some broom. I'll get the dust
All
can.
right,
He's
good
like,
talking to you.
hustling you guys out the door, and as the door closes, you hear, "What the hell is this?"
The hell is this? I'm like, that went well.
Oh, dear God.
What were you guys doing out there? Picking up little metal balls? Was that some kind of game?
Yeah,
100
Playing
ball
marbles.
pickup.
People.
100 ball pickup.
I
That was
won.
fun. Aiden, Dugar sends his regards or something or another.
Yeah, it sounds like him.
We have much
Sure.
to speak about, friends. I say we go find some pub or inn where we can drink and talk about this.
We know just the place.
And with that, I guess we can bring this one to a close.
Woo!
Alright.
That's fun. New character.
That was a great time. I had a lot of
The
fun.
chaos
I love
energy
Malik,
here
man.
is beautiful.
I love
The
Malik.
chaos
You
energy.
He's so openly rude and physically imposing.
I'm
You know,
actually
it's
trying
always-
to play him
It's always
how
nice
I
to
am.
have. It's always nice to have a group of muscleheads and being one of the only smart people in it.
He's not even role playing. I have no Faisal in
That's
real life.
literally, I'm literally openly like that.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining us. We'll see you guys next time in Dungeons and Daiquiris. Bye, everybody.
Oh hell yeah!
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.